Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's good? It's your boy DaBlack. It's the mics, aka DaBlackMic, and this is DaBlackMic TV. And in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to get cleaner vocals with one plugin. And if you didn't know what that was, you probably wasn't paying attention. But this is about the noise gate, right? And we're going to be talking about how to use this to clean up and eradicate, well, as much as possible, any lingering room noise, no matter where you're recording at. If you're in a basement, if you're in the bedroom of a busy household, in your car, or even outside, I don't know where you record at, doesn't matter. This noise gate is going to help you get closer to sounding like you're in a multi-million-dollar studio. Well, let me not blow it up like that. It's gonna make it sound real clear, so no one's gonna really know the difference if you do it right. So stick around, stay tuned.
Fire!
All right. So what is a noise gate? A noise gate is a processor that eliminates an audio signal below the threshold of any given recording. Right now, I have a noise gate on, right? You can't hear the room. You hear the room when I speak, but you can't differentiate between it being a sound for my vocals and the room. So it just sounds a lot more cleaner. Allow me to disengage the gate just so you can see what we're working with here. A lot more hiss, a little bit of background noise, a little something. But this sounds a lot more better. No, a lot better, right? So ultimately, that's what I want you to achieve, to be able to make the difference between your old recordings that sound messy to a new style of recording, which takes it to a whole nother level, right? So now that we know what a noise gate is, allow me to show you how to use this particular noise gate. All right, so I'm in my DAW where I have Isotope Neutron Advanced, and I'm using their gate. So this is perfect because, as you can hear, I didn't do any other gates. I'm not in a treated room, and you can hear some fan noise from the laptop, probably some ambient noise from the room. My particular room is right next to the AC unit on the outside, and it kind of gives off some sort of hum. So it's not automatically quiet. And again, more importantly, my room isn't treated, which is why something like a gate is needed. So we're going to go into this. As you can see, there's different parameters that Neutron has, which is probably very common to most gates. You have your ratio here, you have your attack, you have your hold, you have your release, and you have your threshold, which is labeled open. And there's a close that gives you, I forgot what the word is called, but it gives you a bit of difference. So we're going to go over that to kind of feel our way through what this program actually does. All right, to the right, there's a bypass, and that just means turn off, turn on. Let's start with the threshold, right? So you can hear the room and a bit of the noise inside of the room. So as I continue to bring this threshold up, lowering the noise gate. So at this point is where you start to get a bit clearer, right? It doesn't take away all of the noise, but the in-between parts it makes the room feel a lot more quieter. Obviously, the noise is still there when I speak. You can hear it in the background, but it kind of meshes in with your vocals, so it's kind of indistinguishable. Again, you're not gonna get like multi-million-dollar studio quality, but it does help you get a much cleaner signal. So I know you can hear some of my breaths happening, so I'm going to probably raise the noise gate a bit more just to kind of play around with the best place for it to be, right? It's going to pick up some sort of noise because it's connected to your microphone. So you want to make sure that it sounds as naturally as possible. So my breaths kind of sound unnatural and you don't really hear it. So we're going to mess around with the threshold here, probably bring it down. And I'm just going to breathe to kind of, see where it is. So when I start talking, See when I don't want it to pop in. I want it to sound a bit more natural. So let's just see if we can play with this this attack. So it kind of comes in a bit more. Let's lower that down. So mic check 1 2. So I was saying that I'm talking a bit low like this just to see how much it can pick up without getting too much noise in the mic. And it's about time to play with this close here. So we know what we wanted to kind of sound here. Let's raise it up a bit so it can sound a bit more natural. Maybe take care of those S's, those light sounds like s, so it sounds a bit natural going into it. And this is where we get the release, right? The release is how it kind of fades off, so it sounds natural. I really wasn't mad with the way the release happened before. It's kind of a bit natural, nothing gets cut off. But you want to make sure that yeah, that's too fast. So you can kind of ease into it. It sounds natural and everything sounds good. I like the way that sounds. So essentially what it does is just take care and tame the noises within the room. And this is only in the context of vocals, right? If you were recording, what noise gates are usually associated with drums, bass amps, guitar amps, to kind of quiet down the noises or the hums or cross bleed within the drum kit. You got tons of mics on the drum kit, but you don't want them all to be picking up the same thing because it's a drum kit. Everything will be close. But this would just help isolate each sound. So when it comes down to mixing, you can really turn up one and affect each of the parts individually. So this is how I end up using this so that my vocals sound nice and clean. And by the time my vocals are recorded into the DAW, you can hardly tell. Once I've mixed, compressed, affected, you can hardly tell that I'm in a shitty room. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that about wraps up this video on a noise gate and how to apply it to make better sounding vocals for yourself in any studio recording, home recording environment you may be in. I'm going to have links or a card that show you guys other steps of a vocal chain that you might want to help to improve your vocal sound. I have a playlist as well. And if you did get any value out of this video, please give me a thumbs up and think about subscribing. You probably should subscribe if you want to, learn some really good tips from a pretty cool guy, right? But again, comment below if you even use a noise gate at all, and what do you do to achieve a better sound within your studio? I would love to hear and chat with you guys within the comments. But again, this is DaBlackMic TV. I do appreciate you guys for coming out, and see you next time. Peace.
Fire!